What? What? What?
What?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Viva Los Bills. I got stuck for a little bit. I'm your host, Will Cologne, joined by cousin Vinny. Vinny, what's up, man? How
What's
you doing?
up?
By
I'm
the way,
doing great, man. How you doing, brother?
good, good.
Wepa!
So far, so good. So that's it, man. Coming to you live on 95 Sports Network and channel 198 on Zingo TV. As always, joined by Bobby in the background. He stays silent. Guy doesn't talk to us. He doesn't like us. No, I'm kidding. Loves us. So, on to another week. Hope everything's been good. Let's get to it, I guess, right?
Yes,
Craziness
sir.
is the Patrick Mahomes contract, but we'll hold off on that a little bit
Oof.
before we start sounding off. It's a little crazy. All right, let's get into it. Kim Pagula was on Good Morning Football, brought up the whole Jake Fromm thing again. I guess they asked her about it. She said racist text was a chance to practice what they preach, which is listen, learn, and love. And now I'm going to leave it at that. The kid did what he did. He needs to learn from it. And learn. That's all. Just learn and move on. What do you have to say? Anything about it?
Yeah, I have a couple quotes from her here, and it's a common sentiment we all heard around the league. She said, "Well, of course, I want to support diversity. Of course, I'm not racist, but honestly, how deliberate have you been in your actions to promote and live by those principles? That's what a lot of people are seeking from leadership. How deliberate are you going to be to make change happen?" So, like she said, they're going to practice what they preach, and let's see what comes of it. I know. Jake Fromm spoke in front of the team a couple times, and uh, hopefully, those things will get ironed over, and the teammates will accept them for the mistake. Everybody makes mistakes, bottom line.
Exactly.
So, and to actually get up in front of the team, it takes a brass set, because a lot of people
Yes.
run away from that, and to feel it to come, it's a good step for that young man because he's actually moving forward and just facing, he's manning up,
Yeah.
which is a good thing. Other people just back up in the corner and hide out, but he's accepted the challenge. He's coming forward, and I like that about him. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, one thing I like about it also is that they didn't just cut the kid for a dumb mistake he did
Hmm.
over a year ago. Now it's time to prove yourself. You have to prove yourself that way, and you also have to prove yourself on the field. Make sure you belong.
Absolutely.
So you got to belong either way. My thing I
It was
like is that they're giving them a second chance. Learn from your mistake. A lot of
absolutely.
times
It's a
from out,
stupid
people don't learn from
mistake.
mistakes. Yeah, and like I said, it was over
It's
a
a
year
stupid
ago.
mistake.
It's a dumb mistake.
Yeah. My
Hopefully
son,
he's
my son played college football, and when he would go to these camps in high school, one of the first things the coaches would say, always watch what you do, especially on social media. If you say something on social media to get, if you want to get go to college coaches go through all that. They go through all your stuff. They go through all your messages, your Instagram and whatnot, whatever you got going on. They go way back to see what kind of character, what kind of person you are. So and they drill that. They drill
yeah.
that. So you don't want to make a mistake. So Jake Fromm slipped up. Did he slip up? Yeah. He's got to pay the piper too. I mean, he's gonna get pressure. That's for
Oh yeah.
sure.
Hey, listen, learn, love. Good job, Kim. By the way, I think this is Kim's team. I think the husband is giving her the reins. She runs this squad. All
She
right.
runs the squad.
Now,
Hey, by the way, can I give somebody a shout out?
oh, go
There's
ahead. Look at that shirt.
my boy Steve Inman. Steve Inman right here. Ultimate Insect Championships. Look him up on Facebook. This guy's hilarious. He does commentary on bug fights, on any type of videos you see on Facebook. He puts commentary on it. It's really funny guy. He's up and coming. I mean, his page is blowing up. Check him out. Steve Inman, INMAN on Facebook, or Ultimate Insect Championships. He sent me the shirt, man. Y'all check him out, man. It's a good guy.
I have to check it out. Tell him what happened. Where's my shirt, man? Come on,
Oh,
man.
I get you one. I get you one.
All right, man. Let's move on a little. Okay. So the NFL is looking into a possible player opt out for this year. That's kind of crazy. I guess they would have to work out if you do opt out, how does that affect your contract? what's going on there. I mean, they're following suit with baseball. I guess MLB, a few players already said they're not playing. They're not going to take the chance. I get it. I guess I respect it. They just have to figure out how to work this out. I mean, it's going to hurt whatever squad you're not playing, but I guess you got to take your life into consideration first. I guess it's, like I said, it's the player's option. Don't know about it.
Well, what I read about is that they could choose to skip the 2020 season without facing any sort of penalty. Now, does that mean they're going to get their contract pay, or they're just not going to penalize for?
I guess that's
it's
how
kind of vague.
Yeah, they're going to have to work those things out. And now, to me, okay, you choose to opt out. I busted my butt like this year, and I ain't your spot. Next year, you're going to come and knock me out. I mean, is it fair? You got to look at it all those ways. I don't know.
And I think the opt-out is not for the healthy players per se. From what I read, they're being offered to any player that has a pre-existing condition or who have family members, close family members with a pre-existing condition. Or actually, yeah, you're right. Any player in general who has concerns about playing during the pandemic, which is understandable.
I get it. But again,
now we're talking about the pandemic. I got a cough.
Oh, damn. Jeez. Shut off his camera. Shut him down.
It's a psychological thing.
It's not a playing matter, but they have to look into it and see how they're going to work it out. Because, like I said, some people, all right, they're going to take that opportunity and run with it. Come next year, people are going to look at you like, man, everybody else was here. Why weren't you here?
Yeah. Now, let me ask you, Will. Let me ask you straight up. Do you think there's a possibility that we won't have a 2020 NFL season? I mean, the way things are going, man, think about it. They're giving you the op.
Well, what you see right now, okay, yeah, with the op. And then also, as Bobby brought up before, it was Ivy League football already canceled their schedule.
Shut down. Yep.
I think it was the Big Ten or somebody or one of the college programs are already looking to change travel. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, God forbid these kids – maybe one thing we're going to say is actually that camps are going to open up on schedule. Let's say these camps open up on schedule, and in the first 2 weeks, 10 people get sick in each camp, or 5 people get sick in each camp. That's going to throw a wrench into everything. They're going to look at it, and then they're going to say, like, all right, let's quarantine these 5 guys, 10 guys. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if anybody else gets sick. Let's see how they return. If they return and get sick again, or some more people get sick, who knows what's going to happen? It's
going to be crazy.
That's the problem. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. And another crazy thing is that they're looking to have no crowd in attendance yet? Did they straighten that out, or are they going to have fans sign a waiver? Is there anything concrete yet, or they're still indecisive?
That's still indecisive too. That's still up in the air.
Worst case scenario, like the UFC. All right. I don't know if you've seen any of the recent UFC fights. There's nobody in the Coliseum or whatever you want to call it. Only the people, the referee, the fighters, and the corners. There's a couple people scattered there, commentators, but everybody's wearing masks except the fighters, pretty much. So how is that going to affect? If one person, there's 22 people on the field at any given time. If one person has it, it's going to be a big mess.
It's different. UFC, you're one-on-one. You got a crew of maybe 5, let's say 10 people the max. That's your crew. 10 people and you. Same thing opposing. So, all right, you got 20 people there. In football, one side, defense is 11.
It's 53 against 53 plus the personnel.
Now you're talking about the officials. You're not even counting big the coaches. Numbers. You still have big numbers of people.
The ball boys, the referees, everybody. There's got to be probably a minimum of 200 people on the sidelines.
It gets very busy. And if you're not going to have people, okay, that's fine. There's less people because when I would shoot football.
Yeah, but you need people on the sidelines. You need people, with the water. You need people with the.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about fans because when I would shoot football, warm-up time, you had all these VIPs or fans with press passes.
Hang
out on the sideline watching the players.
That's done. That's going to be done. That's done.
Can't be happening. Unless, what are you going to do? One thing you could do, you can't really, if you want to keep people away from the players, sit them all the way up top. But now you have players people next to each other.
People up there, yeah.
there's a way. But I don't know. It's all up in the air. Who
It's
the
just
hell?
crazy, man. 2020 has been some year, man. And hopefully we have a season. Now I'm so excited about our season.
That's what's
And here
gonna
comes
happen.
2020. You know what I mean? So let's see how it plays out. But another thing that they were talking about that I don't know if you heard about the NFL not letting, after the games, players like sign their jerseys and swap them.
Yep.
I guess they did away with that. And a
No
couple of
jersey
our
swap.
players actually, no jersey swap, which I could understand. You know what I'm saying? But I think we have John Feliciano actually made a quote because they were talking. They were talking about after the NFL announced that they will not be allowing post-game player jersey swaps this season. Our guard John Feliciano was amused by the decision making, and he tweeted, "Yo, so we could hit each other for 60 minutes, but we can't switch jersey. Y'all look stupid," quote
Right.
unquote.
It's
I
you.
mean,
Go ahead.
he has a point. He has a point.
I didn't even know
Guys are
that.
rolling out. Guys are rolling around, swap and spit pretty much because when you not swap and spit in that way, but everybody's just everybody's just sweating and gripping, and it just gets nasty under there. Everybody's just rubbing on each other. I mean, there's no way you're not going to get any sort of bodily fluid, whether it be sweat or saliva or any other body functions. You never know. But
Maybe a little blood. That's it. Come on, stop it.
we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
I think, like I was saying, listen, I didn't know that Feliciano posted something. I did read this, and my first thing was, okay, so they could play for 4 quarters, tackle each other. If you're in the pile, you're breathing on each other. Like you
Absolutely.
said, sweat. If it's airborne, like they're saying it could be airborne now. So that means these guys are running back and forth. They're just running into it, out it, into it, out it, into it. It doesn't matter. So my jersey, after all is said and done, it's as infected as everybody else is, man.
Everybody, you got everybody. You got all
Jersey,
53 people drop some sweat on you, man.
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
it makes no sense. I get it, just to, rule out one cause of it. But again, to me, it makes no sense. And not even that. Even in the warm-ups, when you're doing warm-ups, one team's over here, their whole 50-something squad, and you're, 20 yards apart maybe, or 30, let's say 30 yards apart. The whole breathing over here, the air. What, you going to stop the air? You're going to stop the wind? Come on. Makes no sense.
Man, these guys, they all drink. When they drink the water, they spit it out on the grass. They, power snot and the whole 9 yards on the grass, man. I seen the game with Pittsburgh. One of the linebackers, I forgot his name. I think it was Bell or somebody came out and he was throwing up. He was trying to get out, tapping his head, and all the way to the sideline, he was just throwing up on the field all the way to the sideline. I was thinking, man, somebody's gonna fall in that crap. You know what I mean? So just think about all the stuff that's going on the field that people don't see.
Yeah, no, it's a bunch of stuff, and like I said, to me, just the jersey after the game, you already spent 4 quarters plus with each other.
It ain't gonna make no difference.
Makes no sense unless you never touch the field and your jersey and everything's clean.
Yeah.
Again, besides that, come on, man, stop.
Come on.
All right, another thing. Moving on, we touched about this last week, and that was the Washington Redskins. Are the name going to be changed? It looks like it's a done deal almost. I mean, Amazon was pulling their merchandise. I forgot who else. Everybody's like pulling their merchandise.
What name did you hear floating around? I heard Warriors. What did you hear?
I saw something. They were saying, "Oh, maybe what if it was the Warriors?" But the one big thing is that they're not going to use any Native American logos or imagery.
Wow.
So if they were saying maybe go with the Warriors and have like the Florida State spear, because Washington Redskins during the Steve Spurrier years, their throwback helmets was actually a spear.
Yeah, with spear.
So they don't want to do that. Some said a feather. I mean, you could have put a W with the feathers hanging down maybe, but who knows? They're not sure if Warriors are going to be the name or not. But there will be no Native American imagery. So who knows? Let's see what happens.
New York Yankees better watch out. They're coming for that name now.
Washington Yankees?
No, the New York Yankees.
Well, yeah, can you imagine? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's getting like that already. So, who knows? There's some other names we could think of, from other teams, but one at a time, I guess.
I never even thought about the Yankees like that, But I guess the North would have to be upset about that.
It's offensive.
Yeah, it is. All right. Another thing I saw like 2 weeks ago, Josh Allen had an interview stating how about his close friendship with Sam Darnold. You know what to think to me, Matt? Come on, man, stay away from Sam Darnold. You don't want no mano, man. Stop that. You don't need to be hanging out with him. Close friends. No mano, man. Stop it. Páralo ahí. Get crazy. Rob, look at Rob chimed in. They'll be named after your favorite roided wrestler, the Ultimate Warrior. Rob, don't ever say the Ultimate Warrior was on roids, brah. Send you to the fat table, son. It's a possibility, but I don't know. I think they'll take a different name. Warriors wouldn't be bad, though. So, Allen, stay away from Darnold. We don't want no mono. We don't want you catching that ghost syndrome he has. Another person we saw or seen talking about COVID-19 is Stephon Diggs, saying he's not really comfortable starting back up with the pandemic. So, just imagine we traded for Diggs and he sits out the year. He opts out. How crazy would that be? Hopefully it doesn't happen. But there you go. Just imagine. There could be some craziness there. And I bet you he's not the only one. He just voiced it. I bet you there are a lot of players out there thinking, man, is this worth it or not? So I can't blame him.
I mean, I can't say I blame him, man. I mean, golly, man. Listen, the NFL is in a tough spot right now. And then, the trend is, like Florida, we're like number one. We surpassed New York now with the COVID. So, it's not like it's declining. It's actually spiking. So,
yeah,
man, they're in a tough position. And we'll see. We only got when is training camp? When is training camp?
Oh, man, I forgot. A few weeks, I believe, from now or something like
that. A couple weeks. If things don't change, man.
I think it's less than 60 days now or something. Actually, so maybe 2 months. I don't even know. I'm off. I'm over here making stuff up. It's the
German says I think he meant the Buffalo curse.
Probably. German Susio. What's up, Susio?
That's what I'm talking about. We got everything perfect laid out on paper. Like, yes, this is our year. What happens? A national pandemic.
Yep. No Tom Brady. Here comes 2020. You think you're going to win the East? That shit ain't. That ain't happening. All right.
Oh, my goodness.
Moving on. Another thing you saw on Instagram, I know you posted, you actually shared it with me, was Kevin Knox. Is it Kevin Knox or Knox over there? Catching passes on a jet ski while the jet ski was moving, to say. So there's
fast, by the way.
Yeah, no reason for this guy to be dropping Josh Allen's passes during the regular season. You could catch him on a jet ski or wave runner, whatever you want to call it. You better catch the passes, son. Catch him.
It was a great catch. It was a one-handed catch. He was running. But, the coaches and the staff, when they see these videos, they're probably like, oh, my goodness. All it takes is for him to turn it the wrong way and fall the wrong way, and that's it, injury. There's been freak accidents known to happen.
Yeah. So I know motorcycles are usually banned, but I don't know if it's during the season or the whole time, especially after Big Ben's motorcycle accident. That almost messed him up really bad. So, I mean, wave runners aren't. I don't know. It's just a motorcycle on water. You're just not hitting the street. You're hitting the water. It's a lot better. All right. Another thing is Yannick. I always mess this guy's name. Nagoku or Nagu or whatever from Jacksonville still wants out of Jacksonville. He still has ties to Buffalo. He wants a nice big payday. Could I see him in Buffalo? Yes. Would I do it? Maybe. I mean, I like Jerry Hughes, but if you're going to take Jerry Hughes' contract and give it to this kid is what, 20-something? Jerry Hughes is 31.
I got Jerry Hughes going almost double digits. Come on, man. Don't mess my prediction up.
Listen, I like him. I like Jerry Hughes. I don't want them to touch the team. But if they're going to touch the team, hey,
he is a beast.
One of our biggest contracts is Jerry Hughes for 2 more years.
Yeah.
What, 34? You could get this kid at his.
What's the hit on him? What's the hit on him? The cap hit.
He wants big money. No, I think he wants to be one of the higher paid DNs in the league. He wants a nice payday. We have a lot of money. We get rid of Jerry Hughes' contract. There's more money available. So would I do it? Probably. If I'm not giving up Jerry Hughes, then there you go. Maybe Murphy. If not Murphy, you're a package deal. Murphy and somebody else. Some of these guys need to step up. We have a lot of depth. You don't step up, hey, you could be
A lot of depth, and we still got what, about 20 million left in the cap, right?
I think it's 20 million in the cap right now. That's before signing these other guys. So I mean, you could bring this kid in. Hopefully he fits in. You release some of the money that Jerry Hughes was going to get, or Murphy's 1 year that he has left. That's a move you can make. I wouldn't mind it if they did it, as long as we don't give up the first round, no second rounders. No, stop it. All right.
Hey, going back to the names of Washington, I just seen your buddy Cal just put, how about the Washington Feds?
That's not bad. What did I say last week? The Washington Diplomats?
Diplomats.
They could come out to dipset. All right. Another thing everybody was going crazy about this week was the Patrick Mahomes contract. Personally, man, the money is crazy. Everybody's saying this guy, he's the best quarterback in football, blah, 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 blah. All right, is he one of the top 5 right now? I would say yes. Is he the best one? I don't know if he is the best. He might be.
He's up there. He's up there,
definitely. But everybody makes it seem like he's carrying the Kansas City Chiefs. You're telling me the Kansas City Chiefs have no talent on that offensive squad? And
this just in.
What?
Dak Prescott just saw the contract. Now he's asking for $1 billion.
No, yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. That guy is crazy for turning down 30-something million. You know, he's not going to get Patrick Mahomes' money unless Jerry Jones is starting to have like dementia or something, and he's slightly losing his mind.
How do you think that's going to affect the Chiefs in the future years in terms of cap?
Well, that's what I was
saying.
That's
a lot of money.
I was listening to the K&K show, or brother show, sister show, whatever you want to call it, yesterday, and they brought that up. And I told them, sent the text in, hey, this is going to kill the Chiefs eventually. You're going to have all this money. Who else are you going to sign? That's the problem.
Who's he going to be able to throw it to in 3 or 4 years?
But according to them and half the world is that, hey, he makes everybody better. Come on, man. Yeah, he's good. He could scramble out. How long is he going to be able to scramble like he does? We all know you scramble out there too many times, you're going to get hurt. Tyreek Hill is a beast. You're telling me he's making Tyreek Hill better, or is Tyreek Hill just a monster on his own? You know, you can look at it either way. Everybody, well, he won a Super Bowl. Okay, yeah, he won the Super Bowl. Did he win it by himself? Nope. Did his defense shut down San Francisco in the second half? Hello?
Yep.
Yes. If you saw that one pass towards the end that his receiver caught it, I forgot. He threw that thing up there. It was sitting like a lame duck. I don't know how. I don't know how San Fran's cornerback did not make a move and pick that off. You know, the receiver got it. He made it. But some of those passes were just sitting up there. Is he good? Yes. Is he worth all this money? To me, no. Half these quarterbacks aren't like that. Shouldn't be getting this paid. Another thing they brought up yesterday was like, okay, so the next man up, is he going to get paid more than Mahomes? So the good thing they said, which Kurt actually said, was like, all right, Lamar Jackson now is coming up. You're telling me Lamar Jackson is going to make more money than Patrick Mahomes? Is the level going to keep going? When is it going to stop? It's crazy because I don't know their payroll, but you're telling me in 4 years, 3 years, you're going to have to start letting guys go because you're not going to be able to sign them because you have Patrick Mahomes contract. I don't like it. But, you know, it's insane. The contracts for QBs are insane right now. To me, let's see how he does this year. I put out a hot take last night on their show. He didn't mention it, though. With this contract, you know what? I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to go to another Super Bowl as a starting quarterback.
Ooh,
that's my hot
take. They got him pegged going this year again. But listen, just to give you a perspective of how much he's getting paid. What was his total contract after he fills all his incentives? About $503 million.
I think with incentives, it could be over.
So this year is about $63 million. Next year coming up is $63 million, I believe, or 60-something million. Correct?
I'm not sure. The thing was, they were saying, in guaranteed money, he had around $143 million or something like that. One of the guests on their show yesterday was saying that this is actually going to. It starts next year, not this year, because I think he still has rookie contract or something. There was something they're working it out, but it's ridiculous. Go ahead, man.
Now, listen, just to put in perspective, I believe in 1992, Our own Jim Kelly was the highest paid quarterback. All right, and he was 26 years old. It was 1986. I'm sorry, I don't know where I came up with 92. In 1986, it was $1,400,000 for the year. John Elway was underneath him with $1,100,000. Let me see, Warren Moon. Remember Warren Moon?
Yeah.
900,000. Bernie Kosar, 900,000. Dan Fouts, 750,000. Dan Marino, 612,000. Let me see. I'm gonna go down so you could with these popular names. Ken O'Brien from the Jets was 490,000. Boomer Esiason, 470,000. That was in the AFC. Now in the NFC, the leader was Joe Montana. You know how much he made that year in '86? $1,006,000. Jim McMahon won the Super Bowl that year, right?
How much?
Take $720,000. Phil Simms, 710. Neil Lomax, 700,000. Ron Jaworski, 600,000. Steve DeBerg. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm just saying. Look at the comparison. I know inflation or whatever you want to call it. $1,400,000 per year against 60 million something a year. I mean, things are getting crazy.
Just imagine those guys. Well, not all of them, but probably let's say 10 of those guys in today's league. In that league, they were monsters, bro. You were getting closed on. You were getting hit. It didn't matter how they hit you. You know, you just couldn't face mask. You could use horse collar. You could do whatever the hell you wanted. You could land on them with all your strength, and that's what people did. Now you can't even blow on these kids. It's ridiculous. You can have a perfect tackle, but if you
look what happened with Cody Ford. Look what happened with Cody Ford.
Yeah, but
look at that block.
But not even that. You can have a perfect tackle. I forgot what game it was. It was last year or the year before that. The guy came around the corner. Perfect textbook tackle against Eli Manning. The guy landed on him. Penalty. He landed on him with his weight. Now you're supposed to hit him, go down, and slide off to the side.
Yeah.
Weight on the play.
Not intentional.
These guys are making ridiculous money. But the only thing I say about that, just imagine how much money the owners are making. Crazy. All right. Being that we're already almost talked half our show away, let's get on to what we were going to talk about this show. We're going to talk about 10 guys, probably each of us. We're just going to hit a few notes about who we want to see or look at in the camps coming up. You know, just no ordered fashion or whatever. We're just going to name out players here. I'm going to start with the one guy. I named this guy a long time ago. To me, I want to see what he does is Harrison Phillips, the defensive tackle. I want to see if he's going to step up. He was supposed to be the next Kyle Williams when we drafted him out of, I believe it was Stanford. You know, to me, he needs to step up with the depth we have. If he doesn't, it's time to let this guy go. I believe he has 2 more years on his contract. You know, it's put up or shut up nowadays. The kid, I like him. I think he has a good motor, but for some reason he hasn't been there. You know, he needs to take that next step. If not, package him in a deal, send him off, get somebody else. You know,
I mean, I like Horrible Harry, but like you said, man, he's got to have to step up, and that's where all in camp is where everything's going to be told. But now we're even worried about if there's even going to be a camp. So. But if camp does come, he's one of the guys that I'm actually looking forward to see how he does and see how he fits in again because, like you said, he's got a good motor and everything, but, he needs to step up this year if he's going to do anything.
This is the year, especially if Oliver gets suspended a game or 2 or 3. Show what you can do in those 2 or 3 games. Not even counting camp. Well, you have to prove yourself in camp. Because God forbid they waive the last 2 preseason games. If they do waive this preseason, I mean, they would have to do something with this roster, I would think. Give a few extra players. Are you going to just cut all these players just by camp? You're not even showing your skill set to the rest of the league. I don't know. It's a little crazy. He needs to step up. I mean, right now, ESPN.
We got Vernon Butler, too. That's the guy, one of the guys that I'm watching. That's one of the guys that I'm going to watch on that list. Vernon Butler, so you got him in the mix, Harris. Man,
dude, right now, if you look at ESPN's depth chart, which is not official, they have him. They have Harrison Phillips in the 3rd row behind. He's like fifth. He's not even.
He's way down there.
Yeah, Vernon Butler already passed him. Quentin Jefferson's passed
Yep.
him. He's fighting a job with Vincent Taylor. Yo, step up, man. I want to see him do good. I think he could be a beast, but if you don't want it, man, you're not going to have it. Get your butt up.
Yes, sir.
Who'd you say? Taylor you wanted? Vincent Taylor you wanted to see?
No, Vernon Butler.
Vernon Butler. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Vernon Butler, he's a beast. He's been
Yeah.
in the league a few years, so he's just going to keep getting better. He might push out Star. So another guy needs to step up. Star Latulier. He's getting a good contract. He took a pay cut this year because I guess he saw the writing on the wall. The one thing that helps Harrison is that his contract's not that big. He's making less than $1 million for the next 2 years.
Yeah, so it's not gonna take a hit. But
yeah,
like I'm looking at Vernon Butler, when he came from the Carolina Panthers. I mean, this is a first round guy too, man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When did he get? I think he got selected in 2015 or whatever. I mean, it's only 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. Played with the Carolina Panthers. Was on that great team. When they were actually really good. They signed him. I think they signed him for $8 million. I don't know what the Bills signed him for. What he got when he came over. But they declined. I know the Panthers declined his 5th-year option and making him a free agent in 2020. That's when we picked him up. But this guy's been. I mean, he's a beast, man. I'm excited to have him. Now, will Harrison Phillips be able to deal with this guy? I don't know, man. I mean, we got some good tackles. Mm-hmm. So Harrison, if he don't step it up, man, he might. The only thing that saves him, like you said, is his money.
Yeah,
is his money.
I mean, right now, your boy here, Vernon Butler, they signed him 2 years, $15 million. So they're not going to cut him with that price tag.
They're not cutting him. They're not cutting him. They purposely went out and got him.
Yeah, no, he's a monster. And right now, the guys, I could tell you, like Star Latulier, you don't step up, he's going to be gone. He has 2 more years.
He's going to be gone too.
He has 3 years on his contract still. So I don't see them. I see Vernon sliding right in. He might be second or third. Again, we'll see when Oliver gets whatever comes down on him. If he gets time off, Vernon's one of those guys who can slide right in.
Everything's a doggone waiting game now, man. We're waiting on everything. It's just sitting
all here to say, man. This is us talking, conversing like Bill fans, talking to Bill fans, and there we go. And whoever else is watching it. This is what everybody else does. We're doing it too. We're speculating.
Absolutely. If anybody wants to speculate, just type it in the room what you guys think is going to happen. Kyle, anybody in there, just see what you guys think.
Who are you guys looking forward to seeing in the camps? Who do you want? Who's your next guy? Go ahead, throw somebody. Go from there.
For me, Josh Norman.
Oh, you love
Josh Norman. I'm excited. I can't wait. He's been dealt crappy cards in Washington. The way the scheme was, he's back with his old coach, with his old scheme, with his old. He's so familiar with. He's really familiar with the scheme and the coaches that, even coach said it. If he gets back into where he belongs, he's going to back into that all-pro shape, man. I'm looking forward to seeing him in camp.
I mean, I haven't watched any of his interviews or anything like that, so I don't know what his mindset in Washington was. I mean, he got a big paycheck to go over there. His first few years, he was playing well. I don't know because I'm not really following them, so I don't know if they changed their defensive coordinator or what happened, or he just got, gave up over there. Like, hey, we're not winning. Everything we do over here, it just doesn't win.
Well, he wouldn't come here. No, if McDermott sees somebody's giving up, he ain't gonna have him over here. It was just the way they utilized him. They actually sat the bench at the end of the season too. I think they actually benched him. So
yeah, they got to the point. He did get burned a few times. So I mean,
did. But that's not his strengths. Coach McDermott knows his strengths from when they were in Carolina. So Coach McDermott's not going to bring him back on board if he don't think he can utilize him the way he did before. Maybe he lost a little bit of a step. But he knows the scheme. He knows the defense. Coach uses him the same way he did in the Carolinas.
Yeah. The only difference is Carolina was, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever it was?
Like I said, he probably lost a step.
Some wear and tear. But like I said, he's going to have 11 interceptions playing the nickel because he's not going to start at the right corner. But anyway.
That's your prediction. That's right.
Another guy I want to see is this rookie. I picked a lot of rookies, man.
Mhm.
I have a good. I ended up changing some because we didn't want to have the same people, guys. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
So, and one kid I put here was Antonio Williams, a running back out of North Carolina. You know, watching film on this kid when he was healthy, he's got that explosive first step. I mean, it's a long shot for him to make the starting roster, I believe. Right now he would need to beat out at least three guys. He would have to beat out Taiwan Jones,
Man,
T.Y. Hilton, or Hilton, or whatever his name is, and Christian High, or Christian, right? Christian Wade, the running back from the rugby league over there. It's another guy I'll talk about later. The kid, he was on, what was it, Instagram or one of those, squatting. I think it was over 300
yeah,
pounds, 500
I
or
saw
something
that.
like that.
It
The
was,
only
it was some insane numbers. Yeah,
the only
putting in
critique I
work.
have when I saw that, so you got to work on your calves a little, bro. Your calves are a little small, bro.
I didn't notice that. I didn't notice it, but I saw the captions like putting in work.
Yeah,
And Christian Wade, when he talked about him later, he's putting in work trying to master the game. Was his quote? He said
yeah.
he don't want to be a good player. He wants to master the running back position. So that's somebody also that we need to look forward to seeing in camp.
Yeah, no, I had him on here too. If you want, we could talk about him. Both of them need to beat out each other in one part, and they need to beat out Taiwan Jones and Hilton. I mean, TJ Yelton, because you're not beating out Moss unless Moss goes into
No,
camp and falls apart. That's not happening. I actually have Moss on here too. I guess I could talk about all the running backs because I like
we
him.
can talk. We can talk.
But now, Wade, to me, I want to see this guy do good. I don't know. I like players. I seen this guy. I liked his little story. Got that ball, ran it for 60 yards for his first touchdown.
First touch. First
carry.
touch.
I was like, this guy's going to make. I hope he makes the squad. I would have given him a shot. The difference is now, he's 5'9", 196. Man, how old is he? 29, I think he is, or something like that. He's a little older. Taiwan, I think, might be a little older as well, but TJ is 26, I believe. He's young. So are you going to bring in this older guy and get rid of some of these young kids? And what stinks is you're not going to see him in preseason unless we do have the 2 preseason games. I think these guys will get time. Can he run a ball? We all know he can run a ball. He runs in rugby. The only thing is he has to remember if he's going to get tackled, don't throw the ball, bro.
There's an interview. He just said that he sees rugby and it says it feels weird to him now. So because he's so focused on football that it actually feels weird watching rugby, which is pretty cool. I guess he's really engulfing himself in football.
And listen, these guys are running full speed.
Wade is actually 28. He's 28 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, he's up there a little. Personally, I would love to give this guy a shot. But the thing is, if I had a choice between him and Antonio Williams, and if Antonio Williams is putting in the same work, I'm going to take Antonio Williams. Kid's young, kind of stinks.
What I'm reading here is that what I'm reading here, Wade is trying to make a spot, but it's likely that he'll be put on an exempt spot once again this offseason because the team has that option to do it one more year. So that's probably what's going to happen.
But okay, if you do that, let's say, all right, so you keep Taiwan or you keep TJ. What are you going to do next year? Okay, you're going to get rid of them and hopefully he finds a spot. It kind of stinks. I mean, at least he's learning. All right.
Yeah.
Next year he'll be 30 years old. You're going to sign him to a 3-year contract. He's going to be 33. I don't think he's Fred Jackson.
Yeah. That's true, but they did sign Antonio Williams as an undrafted free agent too. So why would they spend money on him like that if they're not going to utilize him too?
Well, Antonio Williams could be just a tryout. Hey, if not, he could be on the practice squad. I don't think anybody's going to pluck him off of our practice squad. That's the difference, Taiwan Jones, you can't put him on there, and you can't put TJ on there either. So, I mean, I'm rooting for Christian. I like Christian. I'd probably cut Taiwan and TJ and keep Christian and Antonio. That's me. I'd rather go with that youth and guy who's really hungry. TJ, I mean, he didn't really show anything last year, sad to say, but they didn't give him that many options either.
No.
Zach Moss, to me, listen, this kid, I want to see him. Why? Because I think he's going to come into camp with a chip on his shoulder, and I think he's going to come after Devin. He wants the number one spot. I think he wants the number one spot, man. This guy was main man in Utah for all those years, and he's going to come back and sit behind Devin. He could be
but it's It's pretty much clear.
No, it's not clear, man. I don't think it is as clear.
I think it's clear. I think McDermott actually said they're going to use Singletary as a main guy, shiftiness, and then when we get them short yardage situations or in the red zone, that's when we ground and pound with straight up and down the field with Moss.
How about
they're going to use him like they did? Huh?
How about this? If Moss comes into camp and can catch and can bowl over people and be slightly shifty, you're not going to go with the strong horse who could catch and bowl over people and then bring on the small shifty guy on third down?
I'm writing that down to see what happens in camp. I'm writing that one down too. That's a good one.
I'm telling you, Zach is going to come in full stream and try to take that job. Especially, Devin's only a 1 year man in. He hasn't been there that long. So it's not like he's trying to take Thurman's job. He's coming and saying, hey, this guy's just 1 year ahead of me. How much more does he know? Okay, he knows the thing, but damn it, I could run the ball too. I think he's going to go after him. That's my opinion. So I want to see this guy if he comes in like a monster. That's why
I beg to differ. We'll write that one down. I think Singletary's going to have the bulk of the carries, and I think Moss is going to be a short yardage situation, straight up and down, punishing. I think that's what's. I think it's going to start off. At least it start off the year like that. Now, don't get me wrong. If Moss gets in there and has a couple breakaway plays, then the coach is going to be like, hey, maybe we should give this a shot. But as for right now, I see Singletary as the premier back, and I see Zach as a short yardage guy.
I mean, I think he's going to get pretty much all the touches in the end zone. But the problem that's going to create is that when we get down third or, say, 5 yards in, you bring in Moss, what's everybody going to expect?
Oh, right. Well, we got to see how their hands are. We got to see who has the better hands, too. Because Moss did catch – I don't know. I know you know how you probably got the stats with Moss's catches, but he had several catches in college.
Yeah, but I don't think he has those hands like Singletary. That's what I'm saying. If he comes in and his hands are as good as Singletary's at camp, you might push him. All right, throw a name out there. Let's see who you like. Being that we covered about every running back I liked. So.
Yeah, we pretty much covered all the running backs. I'm looking forward to see Gabriel Davis and Isaiah Hodgkins as wide receivers. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. These kids, there's a couple videos out there with them running routes with Josh, and man, these guys are on the same page already. Man, I'm excited for it. I want to see what happens in camp. They're going to push each other. Now, who do you think is going to make the roster up there? Because we got Diggs, we got Brown, Beasley. What you think? I mean, it's going to be something to watch. This camp is going to be wide receiver core is going to be something else.
Another guy, I'll throw him out there too, being that we're going to talk about the receivers, is Duke Williams. I think Duke Williams is going to come in. I think Duke's going to come in with a chip on his shoulder saying, hey, I showed you what I could do towards the end of the season when I actually started learning this. I was catching everything. Now you went out and drafted these two kids. You're going to try to get rid of me? You're going to try to get rid of me?
I actually think that's why they got these two big guys. These, what everybody said during the season, if we only had that one big receiver, we had Duke. You know what I'm saying? What happened? He got injured, whatever. He didn't play a couple games. Now they drafted two guys that are big, strong receivers. If these guys step up in this camp, Duke might be out of here, man.
What? Huh? ¿Cómo?
He might be out of here. Duke might be gone.
No entiendo.
No comprendo. What you think?
Duke isn't going nowhere, man. Duke is actually going to come in on fire and show everybody what he can do.
I hope so. I like Duke.
But I would tell you this. I want to see the two kids. I want to see Davis and I want to see, Hodgins. Because I think we have 11 wide receivers. Usually a team carries 6. You're not going to be able to put Hodgins or Davis on our practice squad. It's not going to happen, especially if they have 2 good preseason games. It's not going to happen. People will pluck them off the practice squad, and you won't get anything for them. That's why I'm saying, hey, you don't need to step up? Right. No, this is step up. Who needs to step up? Robert Foster. all these guys, if they come in.
Yeah, but Robert Foster, we could use him on the special teams too. I mean, you know.
If you keep Taiwan, I said this before, you keep Taiwan, you don't need Robert Foster. You know? And if
needless to say, with all the wide receivers, I personally hate to see any of them get out of here. I mean, they're all premier guys, man. You don't think so?
I don't know.
Who you want gone? Who you want gone?
Want? Or who would I cut?
Who would you cut?
Not who I want. Listen, I'm looking right now. Andre Roberts, 20. He's 30. No, what is he? 32? Yeah, he's 32 years old. Andre Roberts. Listen, I like them. He steps up once in a while. He gets the job done. Mm-hmm. But if you got these two young kids who can catch the ball just as good,
big receivers,
better, you're gone. Ray, you've been here on this team for 3 years.
Yeah.
I like you, but where have you been? That's two spots these kids could take. Nick Easley. I like Nick Easley. The guy, when he was in there, he was catching the ball. So, I mean, personally, I wouldn't want to get rid of him. He's been in the league 1 year. You could throw him on your practice squad again. Will somebody pick him off? Maybe the Patriots, because they love taking our players. Besides that, I mean, that's it. Right now, it's between Robert, Ray, Isaiah, or Andre Roberts. All those guys,
I think
man,
Isaiah,
if they don't come
Isaiah might be gone. I think Isaiah be gone. I said it before, too.
Listen, they got 3 spots. I mean, 2 new guys coming in could take 2 of these kids' spots. You know.
We actually have 12 receivers.
Well, look at that. 12 receivers. So, I'm telling you right, what's his name? He signed
9. Yeah. Right? Jeez.
Yeah, we have a lot. And I mean, it always happens before like cuts. You stack the team and start cutting everybody. But I think my boy Duke Williams, Duke is in the house. He's going to show him. He's going to say, well, all right, partners.
As it looks, what I think would make the roster would be these guys.
Go ahead.
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
Backing him up would be Isaiah. And then Robert Foster. Then on the other side, you got John Brown, Duke backing him up, and Gabriel Davis. And then in the slot, Cole Beasley with Andre Roberts and Isaiah Hodgins backing them up. That's my 9 guys right there.
You just chopped your boy Ray.
Somebody got to get cut, man. Somebody, I mean, you know.
He can't be on the practice squad either anymore. So.
Hey, and by the way, disclaimer: we're just fans. We don't know anything about what's going to happen. We're just giving a fan perspective. That's my disclaimer.
If the Coolers are listening and they want to hire me on as a GM,
man, Bean got it locked, man. Bean got it locked. Forget about it. With the turnaround he's done with this team, cleaning house, man. Right. He ain't going nowhere for a while.
Oh, that was another thing. What was it that somebody had posted that the Bills moved? They didn't pick up. They could have had Patrick Mahomes, which, by the way, was the reason that Doug Whaley. It was believed that Doug Whaley lost his job because he didn't draft Patrick Mahomes that year. But they were saying, okay, I think we got Tremaine Edmonds, Trey Davis-White, right?
Yeah, we got 3 good players. Yeah, Trey White.
So people were saying, all right, who got the better of the deal? Me personally, I would say we did because we got
we got 3 great players.
You know, okay.
We could have got Mitch Trubisky like the Chicago Bears got.
Yeah, but they were saying
they passed on him too.
Patrick, and that was a rumor that we would have gotten Patrick. So personally, I would say, okay, we could have had Patrick, but if we don't have the squad around, it doesn't matter.
Nah, absolutely.
Got 3 players that start and pretty top guys in the league right now. So I would take that one. Give us a name. Throw a name out there.
I'm with you. Oh, yeah. Let me see. We talked about Dawson Knox already. Vernon Butler. Jay Fromm.
We didn't really say much about Dawson if you want to. I mean, I love talking about Dawson because he's.
Go right ahead.
I say he's going to double up numbers, man.
You think so?
Yeah. What are you thinking?
Well, catching balls on jet skis. I mean, he's doing something. I mean, he's keeping busy. So, yeah. If he could catch the ball in traffic like that on the field, he's gonna be something special. He already is something special. He's a strong tight end. great. He had a couple drops this year, but I mean, it's expected for what is he, a second year player now? So I expect him to be a lot better. Especially working off season with Josh. He worked out with him, I believe, in California or Miami. One of those. He worked out with Josh also. And these guys are putting in work, even when they're not required to. Josh took it upon himself to get these guys together, and that's what a good leader Josh is. That he's just taking the initiative and bringing all the guys in and working out, getting on the same page. So Dawson Knox is one of them too. So I'm excited to see what he brings this year.
Yeah, personally, I mean, I've said it plenty of times. I like this kid. I think he's going to be our number one. I think as long as he gets his blocking up, he's going to be a beast. Yeah. Personally, the one guy I would keep saying that I want to see step up is Chrome. I think the kid has talent. He needs to step up and show what he has. I mean, Lee Smith, they have him on for, I'm not sure if it's 2 more years or something like that. I could look up his contract.
When you see Lee Smith go there, what you think? First thing you think about when you see him on the field?
Well, we all know it's just going to be a run, and
it's just going to be a blocking.
Even Tommy Sweeney. I hope Tommy Sweeney and Chrome step up and knock Smith out. That's just me. I like Smith. Yeah. Don't disrespect to Smith. He's a beast. He's a good blocker. He's one of the best blockers. He's a good presence in the room. But, when you have youth and the youth is playing as well, less money, I know, I like the youth. It's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Man. So that's the way I see it. Another guy we talked about last week, which I actually think, man, Trey Adams, the kid, the rookie. I'm seeing a lot of these rookies, man. This management, McDermott and Bean, they've been doing good stuff. If this kid steps up, me personally, I mean, he's played left tackle, I believe, most of his career, since high school to college, and now the pros, who's going to be on the left side. Learn every position, man. Learn guard.
Yeah.
I would put him in the guard position. I mean, he's a tall beast, man. What is he, 6'8"? He's a little tall.
He's 6'8", 327 pounds, man. 23 years old. This kid he's like a oak tree, man. He's huge.
Yeah, if he stays healthy, the guy's a monster. You know what I'm saying? Listen, by the way, real quick, Lee Smith is making $3 million this year and 4.4 next year. That's what I'm saying, man. It would be dead money if they cut him, though. That's the bad part. But anyway, Trey, if he could learn the guard position, he might be a little too tall. But step up, man. Learn the left side, learn the right side. Get your game straight. You could be a monster in this league, and it could be a steal of the non-draft because they didn't even draft him. I think the kid has potential.
You know what? The other thing is, when he was over there in where was he? Washington. Yeah, he was slim. He was slim, extra lean, and he was nasty. But what messed him up is when he went to the combine. I mean, he was bad. He was out of shape. He had a sloppy physique. I think he ran a 5.6 40, which is super slow, a 24-inch vertical. I mean, and a 7'8" broad jump, all worst at the combine.
I know, I saw that.
So it's like you kind of mix because which Trey are you going to get? Are you going to get the guy that's in shape or the guy that doesn't give a crap and just shows up because he got a paycheck already? That's the only thing. But being a McDermott saw something in them, so we got to trust the process. The guys like what they're bringing in guys that, number one, have everybody you talk about that you see, and one of their characteristics are great work ethics. Mm-hmm. So this is guys a surprise for me. We talked about them about the combine, and I had mixed feelings about them, and how McDermott and Bean must have saw something because the way everybody else were describing him doesn't seem to fit a Buffalo player.
They watched the film. Watch the film, you see the guy play as a monster. And not even that, they didn't draft him. He was undrafted. So you just throw him in there. It's not like you wasted one of your 7 draft picks or whatever. Yeah. So, hey.
And he's also injury prone, too. What do you have? Knee problems, back problems. He had a whole bunch of problems, I remember.
Knee problem 2016, back problems 2018, played the whole year last year. So maybe he's straight going into the pros, that physical program, they'll have him in shape. Now, if he doesn't cut it, then he doesn't cut it. They didn't waste
Yeah.
the pick. But I think the kid, if he does, I want to see him. I want to see how he goes into camp. If he goes in like a beast, he might come out like a monster. Yo, by the way, it's beast mode, bro. Beast mode. Beast mode. Marshawn's jersey. Beast mode. All right, another kid I'm looking forward to. Josh Thomas, the safety out of Appalachian State. Was he a free undrafted kid too? Josh Thomas. I think this kid, if he steps up and plays like his tape, this kid could replace Michael Hyde or Poyer at the end of their contract. Not now.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's some harsh, brash. Wow.
At the end of their contract, which I think Michael has 2 more years, Poyer has 3. Both of them at that age will be, I believe, in their 30s or something.
He's 31 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see this kid, if he plays to his potential, taking one of those spots, knocking out Marlowe and who was the other guy, Johnson or something. I could see him. I hope he does.
I mean, you talk about you could see him taking him in 2 more years. That'll put him at 33, 34 years old already too. So that's old for.
Oh, not Thomas. Thomas is the rookie. Thomas is the rookie out of the Appalachian State. I'm saying Michael Hyde and Poyer at that time would be in their 30s. You know?
Okay.
Would they bring back Michael Hyde? I think it would be, let me see, at 31 or something like that. I don't know. You know, he still could be good, but who knows about his step at that time. Yeah, he's a free agent in 2022. So in 2 more years, he'll be 31 years old. Doesn't mean they won't re-sign him for a year or 2, you know. But if they don't, this kid might be able to slide in that spot. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I just want to see him. The kid looked good on tape when he was playing for Appalachian State. I know it's Appalachian State. So let's see. It's another one of these guys I would like to see and see what they can do.
Appalachian State, as of late, played pretty good. They beat a couple of CFB caliber teams, you know. So
no, like I said,
they're still D1.
Yeah, it's like I said.
I know what you mean. You're looking at the schedule, like, yeah, they're playing like San Jose State or something like that, you know.
Yeah. So, hey, I'd like to see him go. What about you? Pick a name, throw one out there. Go ahead.
I'm waiting to see what AJ Epinesa does, man. Like I said, I've been hooked on this kid when he was at Iowa. Me and you talked about him when we picked him with the draft. I'm looking forward to see how he adapts. I see an interview with him. They were asking him questions. He seems like he's a real smart football guy. If he has anything, you know, his dad was a football coach too, so you know, he comes with a good upbringing. I'm looking forward to him to see his size, to see his speed. His first sack was against Josh Allen. We spoke about that, and I'm just looking forward to see how I've been so excited to see this guy play. I can't wait to see him in camp to see how he does.
Yeah, I want to see him. I think he'll be fine. He doesn't. I mean, Brian Cox Jr., is he going to make the squad? He's one of those guys who probably won't make the squad. You know, if you're just looking at paper, it all depends what Jerry Hughes does. If they keep him or not, if they keep Murphy. I just see AJ coming in. He's going to be second in the line behind Murphy, behind Hughes, behind whoever's over there. Behind Addison. I think the kid, he doesn't have to rush. Sky's the limit for him, man. He could be a monster. I think he'll be a monster. So
I'm excited.
Yeah, another guy on the D line who's actually going to be his competition, who I want to see too, is Darryl Johnson. I want to see if this kid's going to step up to the next level, you know. Again, that's not a guaranteed spot for him. And I don't think if you put him on this is going to be his 3rd year. I believe he still qualifies. It was 2 years into the league. You can't qualify to practice squad. If you put him on the practice squad, I don't think he's going to stay on there. I think he'll get plucked. So that's another kid I would like to see going to Carolina, A&T, see if they could come up and do something.
Yeah, Carolina A&T. All these guys are 6'6" and above. I don't know if you noticed that. These guys are all huge, man.
Well, Jerry Hughes is 6'2".
6'2", he's one of the smaller guys, yeah. The guys we just mentioned, you know what I'm saying? Darryl Johnson, he did come from North Carolina A&T.
Yeah.
6'6", 253 pounds, man.
Yeah.
These guys are monsters, man. I'm looking forward to seeing them too. Yeah, I had that guy totally slipped my mind. That's another guy we need to watch out for in camp too. See how he prevails.
Yep, Daryl. So I want to see if he takes those next steps. Another guy I like was Voshan Joseph. This guy's got to come in. I mean, there's linebackers out galore right now in our lineups here. He has to stay out of trouble. Can't be getting in trouble like he did. Can't be getting suspended. You're not going to be on this team if you get suspended again. What was it, for PEDs or something? Or whatever it was. I think he's going to come in and light it up. I think, he has to. You got the rookie Bell they drafted who plays safety and linebacker. He has people breathing on his neck. You got to step up, man. Another guy. There's players on this team I like, and there's a lot of guys that need to take it to the next level, or they're going to be done.
And even McDermott said every single position if you see, they're all going to be competitive. There's not one lock position, pretty much. I mean, Josh Allen pretty much is a lock if you want to go. Trey is a lock. If you look at it like that, but everything's up for grabs, man. And the thing I like about the D line, there's guys that are interchangeable. They could play multiple positions. So, man, I'm liking what it's looking like. I'm excited for the season. So those are you guys? We good?
I got one more, but go ahead. Throw out a name. How many guys do you have left?
I got all 10 because we repeated. So I got Tyler Bass. Bass, the kicker. I'm excited to see what he does. I want to see him because, anybody – I'm not going to say anybody. I take it back. But you could kick good when there's no pressure. You know what I'm saying? When there's nobody coming at you at full speed, you could kick pretty good. Yep. Now, I want to see him live situation, at Ralph Stadium. I call it Ralph Stadium. I think everybody knows a real stadium. What happened?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I want to see him in game situations with wind in front of him, wind in the back, wind coming from the side. Huska been here for a couple of years, so he knows how to kick in those in that type of scenario.
Yeah.
I want to see how he does. He's got the leg, he's got the distance. Now, it's totally different when you get the wind coming 30 miles an hour, swarming and whirling around in the stadium. So I want to see how he does in camp. I know it's his for the taking. If Huska can't step it up, I don't know, man. That's another thing I want to watch. Another matchup I want to see in camp.
All right, let's go. Next one. We've got limited time here. Let's go. I want to see that too. I want to see Tyler, man. I think he could beat out Huska. They could trade Huska for something, some picks. Go. Next guy.
Patrick DeMarco.
Afuera. What? All right, what you got, Patrick?
You think so? That's what I was saying. I want to see what he does because I don't think who's the other one that we got?
That's the guy Reggie Gillian. That's your boy. Special team.
That's your boy, man. I don't know, man.
I think if he comes in and he catches that ball, he was running routes, even though it's in practice, looked sharp. If this kid can catch the ball and lay the pop, and him and Makovich make those special teams tackles. Yeah, this kid's going to knock DeMarco out. That's what I think.
That's what I expected.
I think he's going to get popped.
That's what I expected. That's exactly what I said. Even though I like the DeMarco kid, he's a hometown guy down here in Florida. He's down from Altamont Springs, so I remember following him back there in high school. He's a hometown kid. But hey, NFL's a business. You know what I'm saying? And I think his days might be numbered here in Buffalo. But that's why I want to watch him in camp and see if he has that extra step again, and if he could step it up and make the cut.
Yep. Next, go.
I pretty much got everybody that I want to talk about.
That's it.
Stephon Diggs.
Oh, Stephon, I didn't pick Stephon because we know Stephon is just going to tear it up.
I mean, he might. From what he said, he's probably even going to be scared to play because of this COVID-19. So we don't even know what's going to happen.
And definitely Davis will have a spot on this squad.
That's true. That is true. Duke will stay too.
Yeah, I think Duke's going to have a spot. All right, who else you got?
Those are my guys. That's actually the guys I really, we're looking forward to pretty much all positional players, besides Vernon Butler and AJ Epineza. The rest of the guys are all kind of like positional players, you know what I'm saying? Skill position guys that I've been wanting to watch. Because, the guys in the trenches really don't get no love, but we know that we got so much depth that's going to be something we're going to have to look at in camp, is those guys in the trenches to see who beats out who's going to get shifted from guard to tackle, and so on and so forth. And with the suspensions coming up, who's going to fill in, what's going to happen, who's going to step up. And the only thing we're going to be able to see is at camp. That's what I'm looking forward to them guys.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad that we're only going to see most of these guys at camp, whatever they show us or we get to see. Besides that, hopefully we get a league, a season. Hopefully we'll get to see at least 2 preseason games. Like I said, I like seeing preseason games. I like watching young kids play. I mean, that's me. A lot of people don't like it.
The only thing I don't like about preseason, if you win all 4 preseason games, you're like, it's only preseason. My Jets fans. There's only preseason. Let's see when the real.
Yeah, but you want to build that winning attitude, and you
absolutely.
And if you're winning, that means everybody's trying to get that job, earn that job.
Absolutely.
Giving up. And if you're clean in preseason, hopefully with that first game, you didn't commit 40
rolls right over
40 penalties. All right, it's about that time. We passed the hour mark. Any last words? Or we're going to shut down shop here.
Looking forward to camp and seeing these matchups and see what the Bills are going to bring. And being in McDermott created a culture to where if you want your job, you're going to have to work for it, which means it's going to translate into a great camp because everybody's going to be going for it. Everybody's going to, if you don't put in work, you just ain't going to play, bottom line. So I'm looking forward to the camp to see the matchups, like I said, to see who's going to step up. And with the names that we mentioned, we're going to have a close eye on them. And once camp starts, we're going to have a lot more content for the show to let you guys know what we think, what's happening, what might happen, what did happen. So I'm looking forward to camp.
Yeah, at least it'll give us more stuff. We're just pulling stuff out of the air, just trying to get stuff going. Anyway, whoever's watching, might watch eventually. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. We got Big Bobby in the background. Bobby, any news to say anything? He'll hit me up in a text or something in a few seconds. Oh, he's popping on.
There he is. The man behind the veil.
No news. This is the dead part of sports. I think we're all just waiting to see what's going to happen with any sport right now.
That's true. Everybody.
Yes,
well, I think MLB put out a schedule finally.
Bobby's like a wizard from Wizard of Oz. He's in the background back there.
He's behind the screen.
Yeah,
he's behind the screen.
My mosquitoes out here, so it's not a good day for
inside.
Well, everybody out there, thank you. Thanks for watching. Any ideas, anything you guys want to hear, leave a comment. We'll put it on the show and go from there. Don't forget to check out Vinny's buddy commentating on insects fighting.
Yes. Ultimate Insect Championships. Steve Inman, INMAN on Facebook.
All right, on that note, adios, everybody. Good night. Peace. Viva los Bills.
Go Bills. Yeah. Go Bills. Viva los Bills.
Stay safe.